So right here, we're able to utilize all this land. We're able to repurpose it to build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 homes. Every single one of them are furnished. And this is almost like a mini hotel for us. We literally have tenants in all of these units at almost all times as short-term rentals and mid-term rentals. So behind me is one of 5 homes that I bought about 10 years ago. And when I bought this, back behind this house, it had a bunch of different garages, outhouses, buildings. It was just like a mess. The previous owner owned this for many, many years. I actually think that they may have been the original owner, the family that had this. Talked to some of the family members. They actually grew up in this house right here behind me. And I think that they built these or bought them and made them rental properties, and an old man passed away. The kids had it. They ended up selling it to us. When we bought the property, there was a tenant in here that had been here for about 15 or so years. Tenant in the house beside me, they had been in here about 5 or 6 years or something like that. There's a tenant in the one up top. I'll show you in just a minute. They've been in there over 20 years. One property had been vacant for a while, was kind of a mess. And the other property, the tenant had just vacated. So we left the tenants in these 2, actually 3. The one that had been there for 20 years, we didn't do anything. We just kind of left those, never really went into property other than just kind of peek our heads in when we bought the property. No inspections or anything. We knew we were gonna do something with it at some point in time. But the main thing with this property was all the other opportunities within this, because I know the UDO, I understand the zoning, and I know what I could do with this. So we ended up building 1, 2, 3, 4 properties down along the one side over here, and we sold those, which I regret today. I wish I would have kept them. And then we ended up splitting back here and built 6 homes, and we kept these ones. So we built these 6 homes, we kept these, and shortly after we finished these, ironically, all 3 tenants vacated at the same time. So it's kind of perfect timing, because I was actually gonna do something to kind of like, not really push them out, but I wanted to improve my property before it got to be too bad, because this one and the one over there were actually not in that great of shape. So they vacate the properties and we go in and fully gutted these things out. This one, we completely changed the layout. This one beside us, partially changed the layout. But I mean, I'm talking about all new electrical, plumbing. We had to do stuff with the floor system because of rot and stuff, waterproofing, like literally everything. We gutted these houses down to studs, and they're basically brand new homes. And like I said, massively changed the layout over here. There's 6 over here, and then the 3 that we kept as rentals. Every single one of them are furnished. And this is like almost like a mini hotel for us. Like we literally have tenants in all of these units at almost all times as short-term rentals and mid-term rentals. Because of the way they're priced, we have some people that are staying here 3, 6 months, insurance claims, trees fell in their house, construction workers doing a project for many, many months, and coming here and staying for many months. We've had other landlords place tenants in our homes for a couple of months at a time while they renovated their homes. There's been all kinds of different types of tenants in here. Well, the cool thing is the UDO has changed even more over the past year or so. That is now gonna allow us to add an ADU on each one of these, as well as I can add one more primary. So back behind one of my properties over here, we're actually gonna come off of this drive right here and cut through to be able to have access to that. So we're gonna have one more primary. So we'll have 10 primary units. On 9 of the 10, I'm gonna add an ADU on there. Well, these houses are 1,152 square feet. I have to stay less than that square foot. So let's just say I'm 1,150 square feet or 40 square feet. I just have to be under that square footage, and I'm gonna end up building 9 more homes. So we'll end up having 19 units over here. And if you think about this, when I bought this, all that land back there was basically free land. So because I knew how to manipulate that and work the UDO based on the zoning, we were able to do that. Zoning changes, allow for more density. We're gonna add all that many more units inside each one. So I'm gonna take you on a quick tour real quick. This is house number 1 that we bought that was already there. The 6 back here are new. We'll take you on that quick walkthrough. This is property number 2 that we kept and fully renovated. Behind me, property number 1 and property number 2 that we built and resold. I totally regret selling these properties. This is the 3rd property that I built and sold, regret that too. This is a property that we renovated pretty quickly and sold, I regret that. And this is the 4th property that we built and resold that I also regret. This is the 2nd property that we rehabbed and sold. This is the one that was sitting vacant for many years, and we ended up just flipping it. Wish we had kept this one too. This right here is a 3rd one that we renovated and kept as an Airbnb. This house is really good. Little tiny house. This is the one where the tenant was in there for over 20 years. I'm now in the backyard of the property that we renovated where the tenant was there for over 20 years. We're gonna be able to utilize this land back here, which is the back of this property, to add another primary unit and another ADU on this unit right here. So right here, we're able to utilize all this land. Once we got rid of all these little buildings that were back here, sheds and just open garages, and it was just trash all back here. And we were able to repurpose it to build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 homes that we kept. Every single one of these are all furnished, all Airbnbs. Like I said, this is like our mini hotel right here. Right now we have 9 units, and we're gonna be adding 1 more primary and 9 ADUs in here. And you see there's lots of space. So we'll have an ADU beside each one of these homes right here. And then we'll have, you see how much space we have between these units. There's gonna be an ADU. It's gonna be more narrow 2-story. So it'll still give a lot of space. It's not gonna cramp this area at all. And what's cool about this is, like, think about it. If you have a 19-unit apartment building, you can only sell that apartment building. I can split this off and sell this as individual units if I want, or I could sell this to one investor as 19 units. It's going to give a lot more value having single family homes versus having 19 apartment units. Behind me is the back side of the property where the tenant was there for over 20 years. And we're gonna be adding another primary where you see the tall grass right here. This will be the entryway to that primary right there. So it's not gonna be a cramped area. You see there's a lot of space between these lots because of what the original UDO allowed for when I built these several years ago based on the zoning. So now we have a lot more flexibility to add density. This long driveway, you might consider this a road. What makes this easy is these are all flag lots. So I have a 10-foot, I think it's a 10, 15-foot flagpole that comes off the main road, and it comes up and it creates a lot, comes up, creates a lot, comes up, creates a lot, and does the same thing on this side. So this is not a street, this is actually a driveway to get back to all of these units right here. So I don't have to go through civil. I don't have to go through this long period of what it takes to get something like this approved, and all the expense of actually putting a street in here and putting stormwater and all that stuff. And honestly, if I did that, I would have a cul-de-sac in the back. I would have lost 1 unit. So I would have only been able to put 5 units back here at the time. And it's just a lot faster and a lot cheaper to go this route. And since I'm gonna be keeping these are rental properties for me, it doesn't really matter. And even if I was gonna sell it, it actually feels really good back here. I wanna hear from you. Drop a comment below. Look, your thoughts and comments make these videos better, so don't hold back. If you're looking to become a home builder, or you're already a home builder, but you're looking to become more profitable and efficient, reach out to me at info@homebuildingbp.com and let's see how I can help you reach your goals. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel by just hitting that little subscribe button. Also, hit the bell to be notified every time I drop a new video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.